So I'm in London and I'm by the Mall, and if I pan around you might be able to, there you go, you can, the Mall is here, and we have the Union Jack, and Buckingham Palace is just there. Look, I can't get my finger right. Anyway, the light's good, so I thought I have to pull this out, and I'm wearing the Cornflake, and I know that the colour differential between the bracelet and the case is interesting, and that's what I'm going to attempt to talk about. But I thought I would, before I do that, is show you where I am. Now, I'm not really in the mood to make a video or do this, but people tell me that this sort of thing is interesting. There's Buckingham Palace, and here is the Mall. So this is where everybody was the other day watching King Charles III's coronation. And you know, that was super, although I actually watched it, but I watched it on television, and it was very good. But this is where the royal family stand on the balcony just here, and the air display came over the top here, so that would look very, very cool. Anyway, once again, there you go. So the light's coming through there, so you can see the bracelet and the case. And yeah, I mean, I am liking it. I have to be honest. The recrystallized effect on the bracelet and case, it is very good. But I understand the comments that people make, and people have said, describing it as a stone or concrete. You know, that is a good description. It does have that visual appearance, but it feels very soft and smooth. And for some reason, I think it's more like a cornflake. The recrystallized effect on both the silver and the gold. Yes, for some reason, cornflakes seem to fit, and so that's why I've called it that. Anyway, I had the camera on my back, and I thought, I'm walking past here anyway. It's it's terrible if I don't pull the camera out, because it's probably going to look great to people. There you go, and it doesn't look bad, does it? And of course, the weather today is gorgeous. So this is towards the end of May, and it really is lovely. And so I live here, not far away, and look at that. It looks great. And I often cycle here, and we have Parliament just over there. So believe it or not, this is almost here, and cycling in this roundabout here, that has been my commute. This is I cycle to work here. Well, I have done for meetings and all that sort of thing. This is if I put the camera in that direction, yeah, maybe I can walk and talk and keep Buckingham Palace in focus there. And once again, to show you guys the corner. Actually, can you see the gold detail here? And I thought, we're rocking gold today. In fact, these days I seem to do nothing but rock gold. The G-Shock Cornflake or C3PO. And actually, what I'll do, I'll spin the camera around. Hold on. So this is a very quick video to capture the light play under direct sunshine and of the bracelet and case. So you can probably see the differential there. Now, it's a time of the day that I would have thought that the light would be difficult to film, but hopefully you can see that. Now, looking at it dead on like this, the bracelet almost looks the identical colour to the case, and it's only when I turn it around you can see that the bracelet it takes on a darker sheen. And I admit on camera it does look like that, but just watch as I turn it into the sun and the direction of the light hitting the bracelet there. You can see that it's much similar. It's actually quite nice light play on the bracelet. And if I just bring it up so you can see some flowers there against, look at that, that's not a bad view actually. That's very, very good. But what I will do is I may take some photos in this position and hopefully you'll be able to see. Okay, I'll do that right now. I'm just continuing the video because the light looks so good right here, and because with outdoor light you have to capture the opportunity when it presents itself. I thought I'd do it that way, but it looks great on the viewfinder, and hopefully that does translate and it comes through. But doesn't that look great? That looks super. And yeah, it's I must admit, I read a viewer comment about the differential between the bracelet color and the bezel, and yes, it is noticeable, but having the thing in your hand and wearing it, it's not bothering me at all, because I am intrigued by the texture of the cornflake effect, the recrystallized, I'm calling it the cornflake, and it's very interesting. But hopefully that has captured the colour, and you've got a good view there. I do like the dial, and the dial's brilliant because the gold outer part appears dark and black. So for example there, it almost appears dark, but in actual fact you've got this gold shiny, and in certain lights it'll come through. The light play is great, and I think you're seeing that. But there you go. How cool, hey? There you go. So hopefully that's a better view, and if you can see the gold detail of the rails there, and I've shoved the cornflake in the viewfinder, and it takes away the focus of the gold detail on the gates. But in a moment I'll actually be there, and I'm just doing silly things right now. But once again, I thought this looked interesting. And I know that if I didn't take the camera out, I would regret it, because it's a lovely day and the view is very nice. And once again, where the royal family stand on the balcony, it's right there. I have to admit today that does look, really super. It's nice. It's a great big building actually. If you're in person, if you're here, it's much bigger than you realise. And we have this entrance gate here, so we have this gold detail, and we have a very fitting gold cornflake 40th anniversary with its gold decorated gate. There you go, gold on gold. I know, when I hear myself talk about my gold G-Shocks, I think, Stephen, you are losing the plot. But let me put this like that. There you go. 40th and the royal family and Buckingham Palace. There you go. In fact, where I'm walking in this direction, I end up at Hyde Park. And because I'm hoping that there's less people there, I should be able to do some more videoing, and that might be very good. But right now I'll just spin the camera around. So once again, you're seeing, where I'm walking, and if I just whiz the camera around, there you go. You've got Buckingham Palace there, and then we have this road going up towards Hyde Park. And I must admit, it is busy today, but I have a feeling that it's going to be busier. Anyway, whilst we're walking along here and there's tree canopy cover, you can probably see the light whizzing through the leaves and branches there, and you can see how it reflects off the watch and the bracelet. Now I admit that the colour, the differential there is noticeable. And someone has left a comment that the differential is noticeable, and that is true. You know, it really is. But when it's on the wrist, you know, I mean, I'm very fussy about these things, and I'm sure that if I didn't like it, I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't have been able to get it anyway. But I sort of had an idea that I might like it, and that was because I'd noticed a few comments about the texture, about the actual feel of it on your wrist. Now, because of its texture, you know that it's, in fact, I'll turn the camera around, hold on. Now, once again, because of its, the texture of the recrystallized cornflake effect, that's quite good actually, how the light's coming through. It has this satin, smooth texture. It's not brushed. It's like a smooth, and someone has said stone or concrete, and these are good words to describe the texture. But one of the instant things I've noticed is that it doesn't mark or smudge. And because it's in effect hardened, it's a harder surface material than straightforward stainless steel. I'm imagining, well, I'm thinking, expecting that it won't mark as easy. So this is quite a durable thing. Now, as you can see, because the bracelet colour is uniform right across it, you know, it is slightly differential to the case. But for me, I don't mind that at all. In fact, I do quite like it. In fact, it's been on my wrist now for almost 24 hours, believe it or not. And I think it's cool. I really do like it, and I'm sure that some point soon what I will do is replace it with the C3PO 35th, the polished gold one. But in my other videos you will have heard me talk about the solid gold 35th, the $70,000 solid gold G-Shock, and you know, I keep thinking about that watch, and you know, I think I've publicly stated that I think that's my my grail piece, and you know, that's what I really want. And I thought, I really do want that, and I would wear the thing. Hold on, I'm going to flip the camera around. Yeah, I really thought to myself that, you know, that solid gold, $70,000, I would have to wear it. And I thought, how do I get round, you know, the issue of possibly having it stolen or damaged? And I thought, well, you would just have to get it insured, and you would have to, in your mind, think to yourself, you know, if I damage it, I know that it can be repaired via the Casio warranty, and you'd simply expect that to happen. And I thought, you know, if you know that it is insured and there is a possibility that, you know, some nuisance would, you know, come and try and get it off you, or maybe it would break. But I think, you know, theft, somebody might try and steal it the moment you put it down, you know, it could become an issue. But because there are only 35 on planet Earth anyway, you know, stealing it seems ridiculous, because who on earth are you going to sell it to? Because it will have a serial number and hallmarks, and they are going to be registered, plus the module inside. I imagine you can have that registered, so, you know, probably it would be okay. Anyway, I'm rambling here, but my point is, I was literally thinking, you know, how do I get hold of one of those and, you know, and wear it often? Because I would, I know I would. You know, I'm very close here, and but I'm pretty sure I would. In fact, I'd wear the solid gold as a daily wearer. In fact, a daily beater, and this one and C3PO would be the watches that I keep boxed up. The irony, but I thought that is probably how I'm going to roll. Anyway, let me spin the camera around.